Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa, and in this video we're going to talk through how I've completed this dog's eye using only 7 pencils. So this just goes to show that you can create really beautiful art with a small amount of colours. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to see all the tutorials I have available, I'll put a link to my website below. There's heaps of great content on there for beginners and also for advanced artists. And if you'd like to be a part of my Patreon community, every month we do a poll to see what we want to do next for the next month. For each tutorials you get given the reference photo, line art, material list, everything you need to complete this all by yourself, along with step-by-step real-time instructions. Let's get started with the dog eye. So this is the full reference photo I got from Pexels, and then I've just cropped the eye out to focus on that area. So first of all, you're going to need your outline down on the page so you can see where everything's going to go. If you're not sure how to get the outline down on your page, I do have tutorials on Patreon teaching you how to get this line art on the page ready to go. So to begin with, I use my black pencil just really lightly to do the outline. If you go in really lightly, then if you make a mistake, you can always just get it back up. But if you go in with a really hard pressure and make a mistake, it is really hard to fix it. So make sure to do with light pressure until you're happy with the shape that you're getting. And then I generally just work from light to dark. So for the base layer, I've used the warm grey 2, then moved up to the cream, which is the yellow colour, and then started to use the sanguine, which is the orange colour, and then the darker colours, which is the burnt sienna, walnut brown, and then getting really dark with the black. So for this piece, I've only used 7 pencils, and that also includes the black and the white. There are actually only 4 colours that I'm using. So I just wanted to show that you can make really good, effective artwork with only a few colours. Some pencil cases have 60 to 120 sets, but you don't need that many pencils to be able to make really good art. When it comes to realism, it only really matters about the shadows and the tones that you're using. So what I mean by this is where you have your dark sections and your light sections. If you don't have the correct color, it doesn't matter so much because the color doesn't always need to be exact. It's the light and the dark shadows that you get that really need to be correct, and this is what's going to make it look realistic. So this means having your dark sections in the right spots and having the highlights really coming through. So this tutorial is great to learn how to do smooth texture for the middle of the eye, but then we're also practicing our fur texture around the outside of the eye. So as you can see, the fur is going in many different directions, so you need to pay attention to your reference photo to see the way that the fur is going, and also the length of the fur. If you put in really long fur strokes where there are really short fur strokes, then it's not going to look realistic. Layering up with the fur was pretty much the same as what we did with the eye, except we use the cream as a base for these sort of oranger sections of the fur. So we go in with the cream base, start to work up the sanguine, burnt sienna, walnut brown, and then a little bit of black in the darker sections of the fur. The white sections, just using a base of the warm grey 2, and then where the furs are sort of overlapping, I use some of the sanguine, burnt sienna and walnut brown, just put in really little strokes of fur to make it look like it's overlapping. So brown fur, or in this case orange fur, can be very tricky as there are a lot of colours going on. When you're sort of doing white and black fur, it's not so much colours going on. So it is a lot of layering for this sort of colour, so you need to be patient with this sort of thing and build up your colours really, really lightly. And when you're putting in your fur strokes, I generally do fur strokes in the direction of the fur and also against the direction of the fur. If you do your strokes in the direction of the fur, it will look like the lighter fur is overlapping the darker fur, and vice versa for the other way around. So this dog eye tutorial on Patreon goes for just under 2 hours. You learn all of these techniques, including all of the fur technique, and we go through how to do all of this fur step by step in real time. One of the main things I also talk about when you get to the end of the piece is just to step back, have a break away from it, and then come back with fresh eyes to see where you need to change anything. If you've been working on a piece for a really long time, sometimes you can't see what you need to change straight away, so it's nice to have a break from it, then come back to it and see where you need to make any alterations. So this is the final result. I really hope that you like this video. Remember to like and subscribe. Check my content out in the links below. Keep drawing, guys. Thanks.